Welcome, everybody, to Midday Magazine for this Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. Have your host, James, behind the mic, and we are joined right now by our great friend, Kayla Rombalski, Community Development Educator with Wood County UW Extension. Kayla, good to have you with us.
Good to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Always enjoy talking with you. Love talking about things over that Extension are a part of. And one of my favorite events we do in this area is Science by the River. It feels like it's been going on for so long, and at the same time, it really hasn't been going on for that long. But it has become a staple in the area, something that we look forward to this time of year. Very excited to diving into it with you, especially this year. Mother Nature's playing along.
Yes, Mother Nature is playing along. That's a huge win. So last year, if I recall this event, I was sitting there trying to make the decision of, do we cancel? Do we postpone?
Yeah.
What do we do? Mother Nature did not cooperate. There was lightning and thunder, and it was not a good place. So we ended up just canceling the event entirely. But my hope, and it is that Mother Nature is cooperating this year, and my hope is that we'll be able to have the event without a hitch this weekend. So we're super excited.
Yeah, Saturday is looking beautiful. They're looking at a high of 74, sunny skies. It should be a really nice day Saturday. Sunday might be a little bit different, but that's Sunday. We're not worried about Sunday. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's not our business. We'll be done by that. And that's saying something, because there's a lot going on with Science by the River.
Yes. So this is a great event. Whether you've come before or you've never visited, I encourage you to come on out. So Science by the River is really a celebration of all things science and natural resources in our community. Obviously, we are fortunate in Wisconsin Rapids to have a beautiful river that runs through the heart of our downtown and of our community. And so this event really is a chance to showcase that asset, that beautiful, recreational asset in our community. But then more than that, to talk about science and to talk about the careers and the activities that are related to science. It's an event for all ages, but particularly for kids that come, they're going to have an opportunity to do some hands-on citizen science, really get engaged and learn from different organizations in our community all about science and STEM.
There's a term that comes up every year with this event that I just love, and you just got done saying it, citizen science. There's something so unique and cool to me about that. And one of the things that I enjoy about that, especially when we're talking about kids, is the spark that can happen from this event. You just never know when a young child might have an idea or a passion sparked for them. And we certainly need, and part of the fun of this event is the idea of sparking young minds and getting them involved in science at a young age and getting them to be wanted in, maybe even find a career in science at a young age. Even if that doesn't happen, getting an appreciation of their community, of their area, of nature. There is no negative effect. There is no downside to this event.
Absolutely. And even just to understand what science entails. So citizen science, I think, is so important because oftentimes when we say the word science, we think of beakers and test tubes in a lab. And science is so much more than that. It's all around us. And so when we say citizen science, going out and counting the number of birds that you see at Neceto National Wildlife Refuge, that is citizen science. You are contributing to scientific discovery, and that's just amazing. It's kind of a cool thing.
Science is, especially you look at the history of discoveries or anything, so many of the greatest discoveries that we've had are done by citizens sometimes. You have a lot of really cool moments in the scientific history of just a citizen doing this or somebody like that. So there's a lot of unique opportunities, and almost all the data that scientists collect, a citizen had a hand in collecting some of that data, as Kayla's pointing out there. It's something that you can be a part of too with this event. When it comes to the details of this event, Kayla, let's dive into that. When is it taking place? The who, what, when, where, why?
Great question. So happening this Saturday, October 5th from 11 to 2. And as I mentioned earlier, this is along the beautiful Wisconsin River in our community. So it's has 2 starting points, or you can pick it up at any point along the trail. It goes from Ben Hansen Park in Wisconsin Rapids all the way down to the Farmers Market, which is over by Veterans Memorial Park. There are stations all along the river trail between those locations. So there's a station at Lyon Park. There's a station near the Wisconsin Fire and EMS Memorial. So you can certainly walk the trail. It's about 2 miles from start to finish. Walk, bike, ride, whatever is your preference. There will be free bike rentals available from River Riders Bike Share. You can just use the code SCIENCE on that bike checkout station to grab a bike. Or you can also, for folks that may have mobility issues or they're not able to walk that distance, there are multiple spots along the trail where you can park on a side street, go visit a couple of stations nearby, and then continue to meet up with the trail in another spot and park in, for example, Lyon Park has a parking lot. So park at Lyon Park and park at Lyon Park. That's kind of funny.
It was nicely done.
Park your car, right. And then continue along the trail. So lots of opportunities to just come out and celebrate science with the people in our community.
One of the thoughtful things I think about this event is, especially a Saturday at this time of year, families can be busy, and maybe you want to take in the event, but you don't have time for the whole event. The idea that, well, maybe there's something that's closer to your house, you can go to, or you can fit 2 of these in and get those in, and then go to practice, or go about what else you have planned for your Saturday. It's a really cool part of this process that you can kind of pick and choose where you want to be in those locations. Can we talk a little bit about what is going to be featured at these different locations?
Of course. So we've got a number of different stations that will be featured. One of the stations that I am most excited about and that I'm excited to take my children to is the Wisconsin Rapids Public Schools Science Department will have a mini marshmallow catapult that you can make and take home with you. And this is a long-awaited station. So actually 2 years ago, unfortunately, the volunteer that was running that station was ill and was not able to come the day of the event. Last year, the event was canceled, and so he has had all of the materials for this station for 2 years that he's been holding on to, and I am so excited to finally see it happen and get to make it my own. Well,
those poor marshmallows.
I'm going to make my own mini marshmallow catapult.
Yeah. You're finally getting to. You've had this. You've had the architecture. You've had the work, the blueprints for this for a while. You're waiting to put this thing to make this thing.
Exactly. Yes, I'm excited.
That's awesome.
So in addition to that, there's lots of focus on watersheds. Again, we mentioned that beautiful Wisconsin River. So folks can come out and learn from the Center for Watershed Science and Education at UWSP. They'll be giving some instruction about groundwater, and you can actually bring a water sample for a free nitrate screening. So that's something, that's great for kids, but also for adults. It's an opportunity to get that testing of your water done free of charge. We'll also have the 14 Mile Watershed Alliance, Petenwell and Castle Rock Stewards, so some of those private groups that are really focused on maintaining water quality and protecting these beautiful recreational assets in our community. Then, of course,
Sorry, go ahead.
James.
I just real quick, coming back to the screening part of this, for a lot of people, and I've heard this from a lot of community members, including my own grandparents when they lived on Lake Camelot and stuff. Sometimes they have good intentions with these things, but people get busy and they have a lot going on. Being able to offer this as a add-on to an event can oftentimes be the thing that people, well, you know what, I was going to go down there anyway. I'll get this done too, and that's just great data, but also really really great for them. It's a really unique thing to be able to offer as a part of this event. And another, beautiful part of this event to me is the idea of sharing this information and these different organizations, whether it's the UW Pointers being down there or the Necedah National Wildlife or any of these great groups being able to share this information and people coming to us with it, not having to necessarily send it out there, but you're here, check out this or look into this and being able to spread that kind of information.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so we're really excited. We've got a lot of great partners on board. And as you mentioned, there's an opportunity for you to visit multiple great events that are happening in the area on that day. So we recognize that the Nakusa Giant Pumpkin Fest is also October 5th through the 6th. Their hours are a little bit longer, of course, and they're also open on Sundays. So come on out or go there first to Giant Pumpkin Fest, and then at 9, spend some time there, and then maybe at noon, grab lunch from a local entrepreneur in Wisconsin Rapids or Nakusa, and then head over to Science by the River until 2. You've got a wonderful schedule lined up for great fall activities and celebrating Central Wisconsin.
Your Saturday is covered. Your Saturday is covered, everybody. We got it covered for you right there. Boom, boom. You got 2 great events going on in the community, and to encourage you to attend both of them and enjoy both of them. We're speaking with our friend Kayla Rombalski from UW Extension. Kayla, one of the other things that'll be there will be the Discovery Education Station. They're going to have some electricity and rocketry down there. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. There are animal ambassadors as well that you can meet. That is a really unique part of this also.
Yep. Yeah, so there's just a lot of opportunity to explore and learn and recognize the work that these great partners in our community are doing.
One other thing that stands out to me about this event, and not only have I thought of, but I've heard from parents about, and I know that as kids and growing up, being a parent and everything, their brains are sponges, and they take so much in, and they see so much more of what we do as adults than I think we realize. And when you're an adult, when you're a parent, bringing your kids down for this event or something, and they see you paying attention to nature, paying attention to water quality, paying attention to these topics that may seem really big to them and they may not be able to wrap their brains around, but they see mom or dad or their guardian or somebody caring about these things. That sinks in. They take that in.
Absolutely.
When they see an adult caring about science, caring about a marshmallow, catapult or some of these cool things that are going on at these different stations, they see that and they soak that in too. They're not only you're not only giving them an opportunity to have maybe something spark in their brain and then find a new passion or just learning something about their rivers or nature or water quality, but they're also seeing that you care about that. And that goes deeper than I think we realize as adults oftentimes. And I always like to note that when it comes to especially this event. Yes.
Well said, James. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I just reading what you told me to say, Kayla. I'm joking. And I'm learning from you. I learned from you guys at Extension. That's really where a lot of that comes from, because it's a really cool part of it. And it's that's not me. I'm an adult too. I do these things too. I sometimes get caught up in things and forget that how much kids are picking up and everything. And it's just a really noteworthy part of this event that is also a really fun part of this event. We're looking forward to it. How are you guys feeling? You feel pretty set up? You feel ready?
Yeah, we're feeling pretty confident. So I've got some great colleagues that have been planning this event. We've also had really good community support, so I would be remiss if I didn't thank the Encourage Community Foundation for their support of Science by the River. We're so fortunate to have them in our community and to have them supporting events and organizations like ours. So, yeah, we're pumped. We're ready to go. See you Saturday.
Say a big shout out to Encourage and certainly the Clean Green Action and, of course, our friends at UW Extension. Well, before we wrap up, we'll get the details of this event again out there. But I did want to take a moment, Kayla, and talk a little entrepreneurship with you. I have this great new idea. I have this business idea I want you to think. No, I'm joking. What did you want to discuss as far as entrepreneurship?
Yeah. So Extension, as extension educators in our community, we wear many hats. And so I'm excited about Science by the River, but I'm also excited about some really cool programming that we're doing in Wood County with entrepreneurs, with folks that may have a business idea that they want to get off the ground, or may need a little bit of support to start their own business. So I wanted to say that tonight, actually, so this is very timely, tonight at Mid-State Technical College from 5 to 7 p.m., and this is Mid-State in Wisconsin Rapids, we are having a first pitch idea contest. Mm-hmm. So the point of this idea contest is that it is low stakes. It is a chance for students at UWSP and at Mid-State to share a business idea that they have been working on, and it's really low impact or low
stakes.
Low intimidation. Yeah, low stakes. So they have one slide, 1 minute, and they have the opportunity to win $100. And so that doesn't sound like a lot, but $100 for someone who has this business idea that's just been kind of rattling around in the back of their head is a pretty significant amount. That gives them a chance to actually pitch their business in front of folks and then be able to take it to the next level. So we're really excited about this. We have 7 entrepreneurs that will be pitching their idea, and audience participation determines the winners. So we want everyone to come out and support this event. Each person who comes in the audience will be given a number of chips that they can, chips meaning like poker chips, not food chips. We might feed you too, but that's separate. So each person will be given a number of chips that you'll be able to hand directly to the entrepreneur who you want to support. And then the folks that have the most chips, the 5 winners, will take away $100 each to support their business. And when I say low stakes, I mean that there are other pitch competitions in our area that are $5,000 prizes. It's you need to have a whole slide deck prepared with a 5 to 10 minute presentation. You need to be able to answer questions like they do on Shark Tank. So answering questions from the judges. And that can be really intimidating if you've not spoken in front of a group before, if you have this idea that you've never actually talked to anyone about. A lot of entrepreneurs are kind of scared away by that. And so we wanted to really reduce that barrier and just give students a chance to talk about their business idea in a way that feels more comfortable. And then, theoretically, once they've taken this first step and they've gotten some good feedback, they can go ahead and take a next step, which would be to grow their business by doing one of those additional pitch competitions, or to go to a lender and make a proposal for funding in a larger amount. But we're really excited, and so wanted to encourage folks to come on out.
It feels like Shark Tank without the sharks. It feels like a very just a much funner, in some ways funner way, but a better way for you to be able to get this first kind of at bat in. Much in life, and especially when it comes to public speaking, it's repetition. The more chances, the more you do it, the more comfortable you feel. And you could be the greatest public speaker in the world, but you need reps. You need a chance to be able to get your product out there, talk about your product. This also gives you immediate kind of feedback. Which you don't always get with a lot of things. And even in some of these competitions, you don't necessarily get that immediate reaction from the community, from the audience of, hey, what do you think of this? It gives you also an opportunity to take these ideas and maybe go back to the lab and tinker with them a little bit and fine-tune them before you give your big opening with that and really hit the ground running with it and everything.
Exactly. Yes. So we are just super excited about this event and hope that we can get some really strong audience participation. So if you're listening to this, come and join us. It's not too late. You don't have to register. You can just show up.
That was my next question. So does this event have a name, Kayla?
It does. It's called the First Pitch Idea Contest.
Yeah.
And you can find more information on Midstate's website. This is one event in a series of these offerings. So the first time that it's being hosted in Wisconsin Rapids, I believe in February-ish, February, March, it will be hosted in Stevens Point. We'd love to host it in Marshfield as well, and then potentially even up in Wausau to spread it around the region a bit.
What time does it start again tonight at MSTC?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And that is the Rapids Mid-State that it's taking place at.
Yes, yep,
okay,
that's correct.
All right. Make sure we'll get some people to show up and bring their ideas. And I'm looking forward to talking more about these events as we go forward. I think it's a really good idea and a really great way to, not only help people get their ideas out there, get that experience, but maybe even help out our economy in some ways. This has a domino effect to it. That's pretty darn cool. That is great. Thank you for bringing that to us, Kayla.
Absolutely does. Yes. Thanks for the opportunity.
Before we wrap up, do you want to remind everybody again about Science by the River? Where is it taking place? When is it taking place, Kayla?
It is taking place along the Wisconsin River in downtown Wisconsin Rapids this Saturday, and that is from 11 to 2.
Be sure to show up, make plans to be there, everybody, whether you can stop at every station or just a couple of them. And when you're doing so, be sure to, thank the people at these stations and thank them for their time doing this and everything. They're fellow citizens, fellow people, lovers of science, and we appreciate them taking the time out of their Saturday to be able to hang out with us and really educate and have some fun with our community. Kayla, if people have follow-up questions or want to know more, how can they get in touch with you?
They can reach out on Extension Wood County's Facebook page or on our website. If you search for Extension Wood County, that will come up. We'd be happy to take questions or give people more information.
And as always, Kayla, don't be a stranger. Let us know with any of these events coming up. You want to join us, even call in or something like that on one of our morning shows. The door is always open for you guys at Extension, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. You take care.
Sounds good. You too.
And we'll have more Midday Magazine coming up for you right here at 97.5 FM, 1320 AM, WFHR. We are locally grown radio.